You may have noticed the title and thumbnail change, gamers. You may have noticed it. This episode was not actually about the Indie Direct. This was all a trick. I deceived you. The real topic of today's stream is actually in regards to this. Nintendo is doomed by the non-Tendo podcast. Is that Scott the Woz?
The Switch 2 needs something else right now. The Switch 2 needs more, a bigger game. I'm just like, what the fuck? It's February.
I wonder who he's talking about. I wonder who he's talking about, gamers. I wonder, but that's not what I'm here to talk about, gamers. I'm not here to talk about that clip. I'm here to talk about this. Scott being on BeatEmUps Nintendo podcast, so clearly fucking hating being there, is so funny because the dude is literally Nintendo grifter type. He's talking about it in this very clip. You can see BeatEmUps get visibly uncomfortable with the convo. 4.2k likes. Ooh. What's happening here, the lads, huh? There's a good chunk of people going, oh my god, Scott cooked him. And there's some people saying, well, they're like friends. What's happening here? So gamers, I decided to have a look for myself. I was curious, gamers. I was very, very curious. I'm gonna watch this podcast for myself. I heard through the grapevine that this wasn't exactly Scott or Wood's best showing. So I decided to take a watch, and I've got some timestamps for you guys. But first, before we get into any timestamps, gamers, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play about the first minute and a half or so. Let's see, can we figure out what's going on it? Like, is this good? Is this bad? Like, you guys let's give it a vibes assessment. Let's find out what exactly is going on here. So that is the alarm, yes. Okay, you guys paying attention? Are we ready? Volume up. Are we ready, gamers? Get your note, get your pen and paper out. Okay, get your pen and paper out. Let's find out what's happening.
Hey, y'all! Scott here. Yeah, did you like it?
I mean, it was cute.
Doesn't sound like you liked it. Welcome on into the Nintendo podcast. My name is Wood, and my co-host's name today sat at the big table. It was Scott. I thought maybe he would say it. He is here, I promise. I'm not just playing sound bites of him. You can
use the live stream.
Well, you talk on it. That's the thing. You can still, in the same way as a normal video, you can still say words. Also, the microphone is all the way here.
Okay.
Just so you know.
You know, this is the first time that I've tried this non-alcoholic beverage here.
It is true. And what do you think?
Because Sully and Knight are also here over there, off in the corner.
Hey, we're here. We're just observing these two today. This is interesting.
Scott's about to try his first.
I've already done it.
Liquid. What did you think?
It's water, and.
So that's the first minute. Now, there's a reason I wanted to play the first minute for you guys. I didn't want to, like, prime you guys. I didn't want to, like, say what my thoughts were and inject my opinion into you. I want you guys to give me your thoughts. And it seems like from just perusing the chat in that first minute that you guys are kind of picking up what I'm picking up on. In that, it's a bit awkward, isn't it? It's just a little bit awkward. Now, allow me to give you, like, my analysis of the situation. So let's play it from the beginning, and I will like stop and start when I think I have something to say, as I normally do. Seems funny. It's a bit awkward though. Scott just looks tired. It's a bit awkward. He seems very distant. Scott seems uncomfortable. Definitely awkward. He doesn't look like he's happy to be there. The vibes are low. Sam just says, "Oh no." So. We already started, so here we go.
Hey, y'all! Scott here.
That was cute.
Yeah, did you like it?
I mean, it was cute.
Doesn't sound like you liked it.
Immediately, gamers. Immediately. So, hang on. One thing I kind of pride myself as an entertainer, and especially if you're going to be a live streamer, is that you kind of want to roll with the punches. You kind of want to go with the flow. So Scott the Woz is obviously kind of razzing him a little bit. It's like, oh, it's kind of cute. So does Wood say something like, I am a bit of a cutie after all, or I think you're cute. Something along those lines to keep the vibes going. What does he do instead, gamers? What does he do instead?
Did you like it?
I mean, it was cute.
Doesn't sound like you liked it.
He kind of brought the energy down a bit. And believe me, gamers, that's not the only time he does this. There's a lot of instances in this podcast, I want to warn you ahead of time, where Scott does like this, and then BeatEmUps is like, and then like, there's a good chunk of that happening. Let's continue.
Welcome on into the Nintendo podcast. My name is Wood, and my co-host's name today sat at the big table. Anyway, Scott, I thought maybe he would say it. He is here, I promise. I'm not just playing sound bites.
And then he does the other thing that I personally think is a bit of a cardinal sin, right? If you, personally, now, I'm a live streamer. I've been doing this for 8 years. And while I might not be as prolific as Mr. Wood here, I would say I have a very good barometer for vibes and what to do and what not to do when I have someone on the stream. If you guys want, like, sort of like receipts, I suppose, I think, for example, when, no chemistry, I think, for example, when someone is very clearly like a bit out of their element, I think one thing that you want to do as a host is kind of get them a bit comfortable, kind of put them in the element, instead of throwing them out like a fish to water. For example, whenever on my talk radio someone goes, I don't know, Mr. I'm kind of nervous the first time, but don't worry, take your time. I always make sure I say that very casually, so that the other person knows that there is no bother. Generally speaking, also during a talk radio segment, I tend not to like talk about chat too much, because I want them to feel like it's just me and you. I know you're on a live stream, there are dozens of people, but ultimately it's me and you. I want the person to feel as comfortable as possible, so the vibes can be as immaculate as possible. And it seems like George Wood does none of this in this one particular episode, which is very strange, because like when I saw this, when I did a bit of research, I found out that Scott has been on his Scott has been on his podcast before, and while I won't show you guys much of it now, you'll play it and immediately realize these guys are laughing, these guys are talking, these guys are joking about, they're having a decently good time. Scott is still being a bit of a sarky guy, but George is doing a lot better job at kind of like deflecting or kind of going along with it. And it seems like for some reason, either today was an off day or something, it seems like he just has no inkling to do any of that whatsoever. So what you would have done beforehand is maybe if you gesture to him so that he says his name to kind of intro him to the cast, maybe before you went live, you could have been like, I'm going to gesture to you and you introduce yourself. But instead, of course, he did none of that.
Anyway, Scott, I thought maybe he would say it. He is here, I promise. I'm not just playing sound bites of him. You can
use the live.
And then Scott in this moment says, I'm not really used to live streams, which he's not. Right, so this is Wood's moment to, again, bring Scott back into the fold, to really take it from here, back up to here. And what does George do?
Well, you talk on it. That's the thing. You can still, in the same way as a normal video, you can still say words. Also,
because I love it when the host of the podcast is condescending to me. I love it when that happens. I love it when that happens, don't you, chat? When I invite you guys onto a talk radio stream, I love it when I go, yeah, you're supposed to talk. You're supposed to talk. You know, do you want to talk? Is that something? Hey, do you want to talk? Isn't that very, very nice of the host to do a bit? And then just to keep the awkwardness going, what does he do?
Microphone is all the way here.
Scott's taken aback. He like hits him in the face. He hits him in harassment, gamers.
So
harassment.
You can still say
YouTube.
words.
Look at this.
Also, the microphone is.
Oh, right there. Right there. Contact was made. For what? Scott getting attacked. Your guest is being attacked in your house. Now, the only way I would attack my guest is if you don't take your shoes off at the door. Then I'm probably going to attack you, because this is a shoes off at the door type house. But all he did was just not get close to the mic, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to give George too much shit for this. Even when I do a talk radio stream, if people are having tech issues, I'm always sure to say, hey, can you get close to your mic? Can you make it louder by any chance? Because there's no content if you're quiet. So I don't blame him for this, but like, I don't know, attacking Mr. Woz right off the rip. I don't know about that, Mr. Wood. I don't know about this.
All the way here.
Okay.
Just so you know.
You know, this is the first time that I've tried this non-alcoholic beverage here.
It is true. And what do you think?
Sully and Knight are also here over there, off in the corner.
Hey, we're here. We're just observing these two today.
Nothing wrong here.
Interesting.
Scott's about to try his first
I've already done it.
liquid. What did you think?
It's water, and
and then he cuts him off before he could do his... And now, in all fairness, you could say Misty was doing a bit of a comedic bit. Well, Scott obviously didn't know. It's like, you could have at least let him in on a joke there. But I'm not going to give him too much stick for that. I think easily the worst bit of this opening intro is when he does... I think easily the worst bit is when he does the thing where he goes like...
It's of him. Anyway, Scott, I thought maybe he would say it. He is here, I promise. I'm not just playing.
I think this whole ignorance, like, he is Scott and he just refuses to like give him any sort of olive. I think that's the worst of this intro. But let's continue watching. Let's continue watching this.
Scott, I'm honored to have you back. Thank you so much for doing the show again.
thank you. It gave me an excuse to go to this location.
This undisclosed bunker underground.
Yeah, I like it. I like this location.
What do you think of this look? What do you think of the studio?
And then, of course, okay, now this is where Scott decides to get a bit smarmy, all right? Now, Wood asks, what did you think of the studio? What does Scott respond?
Small.
Now, if Scott hits me with a small, I'm probably hitting Scott with, sorry, is your podcast studio bigger? Oh, wait, hang on. You don't have one, do you? I'm probably hitting him with something like that, right? I'm hitting him with something like that to keep the banter. Obviously, at this moment, Scott is going for a bit of bants, right? He's going for a bit of bants. Do you keep the bants going? What does Mr. Wood decide to do?
I always thought it looked very nice, but then you showed me in, and I think I said an expletive.
Well, okay, well,
but
he was.
And that's the thing, right? Obviously, Scott is joking here. These two are obviously friends. They've been on the same shows for years. So Wood's inclination to actually make this awkward is like really weird. I just find this really, really, really weird. That's what I don't get. Is Scott's joking. He 100% is joking. I know this, you know this. He's being a bit of a cunt on purpose. Just laugh it off, make a joke at his expense. Scott is obviously inviting Wood to like just make a joke at his expense as well. I think that Scott's delivery is coming across as weird. They're friends. What do you mean? What we did? These two are friends. These ain't strangers. If this was like Scott's very first appearance here, it's like okay, fair enough. Maybe this is just an awkward mismatch of chemistry. They've had another podcast 2 years ago. The vibes were a lot better there. These guys know each other, and yet Wood just refuses to like let the banter go or let something happen. He keeps making it super awkward.
He was saying before he came that he was excited to see it, and I said, before we get there, I need you to know it's smaller than it looks on camera. And you still did like swear when you walked in. You're like, oh goddamn.
Yeah, nah, it's a very nice studio.
Look at this.
That's very cool.
Yeah, there you
go. Do you have a PNG, or did you just cut that out yourself?
I just YouTube Scott the Woz logo PNG. Yeah, that's what I did.
So then, okay. So obviously, you're thinking, Musty, you're a bit harsh there. Scott does a bit. Wood kind of makes it awkward. So here we go. Attempt 2, gamers. Attempt 2. Let's see what happens next.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I might be the only one that owns the official PNG of that. I don't know if that's
Once again, very clear that Scott's making a joke. I'm the only one that owns the official PNG. Do you know what I mean? Does Wood say something like, if that was me, for example, I would say something along the lines of, it's real weird that I could have downloaded, is it an NFT? Because Lord knows I could have screenshotted that, and now I've got it. No, boo-boo, bitch. I would have kept the joke going. He's obviously rage-baiting him. So does Woods banter him back? Give me some bants. Start this podcast with a big laugh. Give me some bants.
The way that it should be, right? I mean, it is actually kind of baller that I could just Google your logo PNG and have it come up, though, like it's a big brand thing. I don't think that...
Even Scott is like, look at the gesture again.
I don't think that would work.
You can do that with
your
logo PNG and have it come up, though, like it's a big brand thing.
Even Scott's like... What's this nigga on about? What's happening here? I bantered you. You could have bantered me back. I gave you a moment to banter me. And even Scott is just like... A long day. It's going to be a long day today.
I don't think that would work.
You can do that with yours.
I don't think it would work. I could try it right now. I don't think so.
Right there, maybe.
So then, instead of like making a joke about the fact that he would stole this PNG, let me quickly look it up. Let me quickly look it up, guys. Let me quickly look it up. BeatEmUps PNG. See?
Ups logo PNG. I highly doubt. Well.
Yeah.
You can show my screen if you want, but I was wrong.
And then also, you're going to notice something really, really weird about this game. You're going to notice something really weird about this podcast setup, right? So, firstly, hang on, just give me a sec. I forgot to find a clip of this, so give me a second while I Google this. Nintendo, hang on. Because I need to show you guys the big difference between this Scott the Woz appearance and the last Scott the Woz appearance, right? So here it is. Here's from 2 years ago. So when I say the last podcast appearance,
what more can
this is the one I'm talking about. Where once again Scott was a bit bantery in this one, but Wood did a much better job of either deflecting them or just kind of like sidestepping them to other questions, right? But immediately you notice something here, right? Hang on, I'm gonna pause donos for the rest of this, by the way. Scott jokes, Wood will actually. I will pause them because I want to kind of get through my docket here today. Now, you'll notice something quite interesting here, in that these two they're facing each other, right? So they're always interacting. None of them are distracted by anything going on. They're actually facing each other, which I think is a very, very important difference, right? Now, in this one, they're not, right? Which isn't the end of the world, but for some odd reason, Wood is the host of the podcast, but also doing production stuff on the side. Now, of course, I do that too. I have an OBS, so when I want to, whoops, I accidentally did the thing. So when I want to look at the chat or when I want to change scenes, I have to look at this one and do some stuff. But that's because I'm a one-man show, right? You have two other co-workers. They also have another person helping out that also makes an appearance in this podcast. So I'm just like, why is Wood also doing stuff on the laptop to kind of, ideally your attention should be on the host, right? So already it's a very weird setup and you're kind of seeing this in action already.
Well,
yeah.
You can show my screen if you want, but I was wrong. I didn't know.
There you go.
Okay, we're both balling. What do you want?
Riddle beat him.
How does that even show up online? Unless you.
Also, give me a second, guys. I had way too much to drink and I've got to piss. So give me 30 seconds, okay? I'm dying for it. I need to piss. Wash my hands. I didn't wash my hands. I did wash my hands. They're nice and wet. Zoom in, gamers. You can see the droplets. They're nice and wet, okay? Either way, my apologies for that. I did wash my hands. Shut up. I did wash my hands. I did wash my hands. Prove it. They're wet. Hey, hang on. Fuck you guys. Hang on. Where's my... Look, they're wet. You can see them, gamers. You can see the glisten. The glisten off of the green screen. They are wet. I will beat the allegations, okay? If the hands are wet, you must not threat, okay? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I didn't dry my hands. No, I didn't have enough time to dry my hands. I will dry them on this funnel next to me instead, okay? AI-generated hands. I will have you know, gamers, I've been washing my hands for 30 years. For 30 years. And I use hand soap. I have a Splatoon hand soap dispenser in that toilet right now. I will beat the alligator. I will see you all in court. How very rude of all of you. Instead of going along with the bit and saying, hey, you kind of stole my PNG. I only got the copyright to that. But no, I just looked up. See? Look, I looked up.
This is from Epic Desk, which was a sponsor that I did, so I don't know.
So they probably took your logo and
here's a 3D version of my logo, which I don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And here's whatever that is. All right, we don't have to do all of that. So what I really want to get is your thoughts on Nintendo and the Switch and all of that that's happening right now in the space. But mostly I just want to.
Now, okay, in all fairness, if I'm going to give some defense to Wood here, I do think it's a bit, as funny as that is, I do think it's a bit weird, because I think Scott also references this later, by the way. I do think it's a bit weird that you'd go on a Nintendo podcast and then wince at the idea of talking about Nintendo. I will be fair, it's a bit strange. It's a bit strange, Scott. It's a bit strange, okay?
I want to talk and have a good time.
Oh, he's so thrilled to talk about it.
I need the clips.
Yeah, that's what this whole thing is for the clip.
And of course, don't you guys love it when you invite someone onto your podcast and they immediately say, no, but we need the clips, Scott. We need the clips. I don't want to talk to you about Nintendo because I want you guys to talk about Nintendo. I want the clips. Very strange, but that's the opening segment. That's the opening segment, guys. And I think it's fair to say we're off to a very strange start. And I think if you've gathered anything from the opening segment, is that Scott will try and do a bit, and immediately BeatEmUps, or Mr. Woods, will just back down completely. Here's another example of that exact thing happening again. There we go, gamers. Oh, hang on. Are we mute?
The game.
Let's go back a bit.
Also didn't like a lot of it. The other characters in the game, they can be a bit much sometimes.
So just to put a context, they're talking about Metroid Prime 4, by the way, just for a bit of added context.
But I don't think they shouldn't, not exist.
Can I tell you something funny?
What, that dude looks like me?
You know what's funny? I just saw a comment that said that.
Yeah.
I just saw a comment in the YouTube chat that said Miles McKenzie is in the studio with us today.
Yeah, and he reminds me of you, and every time I saw him...
What, because he's a dork?
But in the way that's supposed to be endearing, it just doesn't work for him, but it works for you. I like you.
And it's like, oh, holy glaze, Batman. Jesus Christ, save it for the members only stream, man. Fucking hell, like you called him a nerd and you immediately go, oh, but it looks good on you. That's like, Scott's a grown man. He can take a bit of banter, right? He can take a bit of banter, all right? Jesus Christ, man, it's annoying. Moresty, surely you don't have an example of this happening again. Surely you don't, Moresty, no way.
And
Shut
I
the front
started
door,
Fire
Moresty.
Emblem
No way.
Path of
I was
Radiance.
gonna say you told me about that earlier. How's that going? The
I'm
Fire
about 5
Emblem.
hours in. It's a little
I-
goofy. I'm playing that game, isn't it?
Yeah, you're not gonna finish it. I feel.
No, I will.
I feel
I'm gonna
like-
hold myself to it.
Okay, that's good. I've been playing Path of Radiance as well. Well, I've been playing. I finished it actually.
You want to bet?
I like it so far.
Guys, me and Scott doing a Fire Emblem Path of Radiance members only review. Should we do that, gamers? For the members only. For the members only. And some of you guys noticed. I was going to point out, but some of you guys noticed.
I'm gonna
like-
hold myself to it.
Don't you guys love it? Don't you guys love it? You can really tell it's a good podcast when the guest is on the phone. You can really tell, isn't it? Because personally, I know when I'm really invested in the conversation, I'm on my phone.
Game, isn't it?
Yeah, you're not gonna finish it. I feel.
No, I will.
I feel
I'm gonna
like-
hold myself to it.
Which, in all fairness, Scott, you shouldn't be on your phone. Okay, it's a podcast. Put the phone away.
You want to bet?
I like it so far. I don't mind Fire Emblem.
There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't think you will finish it.
And then, okay, so here we go, gamers. This bit, right? I think George does a good bit here. I just don't think you'll finish it. Again, he's starting some banter. He's starting some vibes, gamers. Let's keep it going. Okay, I just don't think you'll finish it. I'm like, okay. We got some meat on the bone? Okay, go.
No, I'm gonna do it.
I just challenged you right
Let
there.
me
I
know
think-
when
I
you
think
do.
if you
5
wanted to-
hours in.
okay.
That's
nothing.
That's unlike a Nintendo fan, don't you think? Playing 5 hours of a Fire Emblem game.
More than it, yeah.
I'm trying.
I would not.
You're
be
trying to
I'm not
beat the
saying you're not
allegations.
trying. I appreciate that you're trying.
I like it. It's Fire
Okay.
Emblem games are pretty satisfying to play.
They are.
through.
They're great games.
They are.
And
They're
like
really
but
fun.
the GameCube one is definitely it has very good production values
In certain
while
areas.
also being like kind of like you can see where the production values are kind of like
Yeah, I agree, I agree.
because like a lot of the dialogue in the game is just like you see the same PNG come up, and then like they talk, but then like the cutscenes in the game are like pretty, they feel really modern.
Yeah.
Like very beautiful, cell shaded kind of CGI.
They do. They're very good, aren't they? I like it.
And the actual maps are like really fun to play through. I want to stick through it because I want to beat the allegations. Damn it!
So, how does Wood reply, gamers?
Playing through a damn Fire Emblem game to the end.
There's a lot against you. Starting there seems like an easy layup.
Oh, there's a lot against you. Starting there seems like an easy layup. It makes me curious. I'm like, what else is against Scott? What the fuck?
What are you talking? What are you talking
confused
about? An
too.
easy
What?
layup
Well, of all the allegations to beat, that one just seems like
that I
like
only
beating fire. Like you can't finish
that
Fire
I don't
Emblem?
like RPGs and strategy games and anime.
yes.
No, I'm being goofy.
Oh, but he kills the bit immediately! He kills the bit! That could have been a good bit! That could have been a good bit! Oh, he's trying to beat the enemy. Gamer, I'm telling you, this was one of the most frustrating, because he does a good bit. Because it's curious, like, of all the allegations, you're like, oh, hang on, what allegations? Hang on, we could get some. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. Oh, because that's what every good entertainer does, right? That's what every good entertainer. They say, I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking. Guys, I'm joking. Did you guys know I'm joking? I'm joking, by the way, guys. I'm joking. Guys, did you know I'm joking? I'm joking. Guys, I'm joking. I think the next clip is 13:44. We'll play from here.
You see where I'm getting though.
I started the game. That's about it. But Engage, I played a good amount of.
So okay, guys, I need you to listen to this, okay? I need you to listen to this carefully, okay? So we're talking about Fire Emblem Engage now, okay? Listen carefully.
And that game has some crap. The story stinks.
Engage sucks.
It doesn't suck. But the
No,
story,
it does. Well, okay, fine. I'm too
the
harsh.
story.
Okay, bearing in mind, gamers, is he thinks Engage sucks. Scott says no. Then he says he's being too harsh. Remember the timestamp, 13:57 games. Okay, remember that?
I don't like
So
it.
remember, Wood says it sucks and then immediately backs down to any sort of like the moment Scott says no.
It doesn't suck. But the
No,
story,
it does. Well, okay, fine. I'm too harsh.
the
Remember, keep that in your heads. The fact that he backed down is nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. But just again, keep that in your head for later. Okay, keep it in your head for later.
story is
I don't
bad.
like it.
The story
Okay.
is bad in that game. It's
What's the
kind of
redeeming quality?
the gameplay is
gameplay,
really good.
okay,
It's like
okay.
the best Fire Emblem gameplay.
I mean, that's subjective. I
Ooh.
really like Three Houses might not, like, technically on the battlefield might not have had as many like options, but I liked the connection I had with the characters way more. That made it a lot more impactful to actually play
Okay.
because the
Sure.
story was good.
Well, yeah, the story is bad in Fire Emblem Engage.
Yeah,
but as a Fire Emblem game, as just a game, you know, like the maps and stuff, like actually the strategy gameplay is good in Engage.
Yeah, and I
I've
guess
heard that as well. I think even CL Kennedy says it. The gameplay is really good in Engage, so it seems like Scott is speaking the truth so far. Nothing too crazy here.
That is the whole thing, right?
That's the whole thing.
I guess that is the whole point.
You remember the opening of Fire Emblem Engage? It's like the most like anime.
It's the worst.
Trash.
Yeah, it's the worst. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of that's why when you go back to like the older Fire Emblem games on like Path of Radiance on GameCube, everything's played a lot more like it's not like over the top like you know
I quite like that
like how Engage is like,
as well.
at least the opening is, and like the story is trash. But I'm just like I didn't want.
Hey,
Gamers, listen. Here's the other part. Remember that part I said earlier? Listen carefully. Listen to you guys have heard for the last minute the conversation they're having, right? Listen carefully, gamers. Listen carefully to what Wood says right now.
I just started skipping crap.
I like how
in that
harsh
game.
you're being, but when I said it sucked, you were like, it doesn't suck.
It doesn't.
Hang on. VAR check. Let's go back to 1357.
Okay, fine. I'm too harsh.
Wow, he backs down immediately. Oh my god! You're like, you're probably trying to go, you said it sucked. No, Scott literally just said, no, it doesn't suck.
Engage sucks.
It doesn't suck. But
No, it does. Well, okay, fine. I'm too harsh.
Is that him getting on you? Just that, yeah? Just that. Oh, you're probably, he just said it doesn't. And he throws this hissy fit. This absolute hissy fit. But when I said it sucks, like, no, what you're talking about didn't happen. He made that up, gamers. He made that up. Jeez, that doesn't mean that fucked up. Just like, you made up something to get mad at Scott about. He just said, no, the gameplay's good. It's like, no. Playing the victim much. Next time, Sam.
Of every game.
Of every game?
I mean, name it.
So hang on, let's go back a bit.
I at least play like an hour of every game.
So here we go. Scott plays at least an hour of every game. Okay, that's the bit. Let's continue.
Of every game?
I mean, name a game.
Pac-Man.
Mario Tennis Fever.
Not yet.
So hang on. His host says Pac-Man. Scott says not yet. Listen carefully.
Oh, not yet.
It's on the backlog.
Wait,
Okay.
which Pac-Man? You
Like-
literally...
Okay, gamers, just think about it. Think about it. Think about it, gamers. Pac-Man is on the backlog, right? A bit of a ridiculous. How do you have Pac-Man in the backlog? But listen, it keeps going, gamers. It keeps going.
told me
Pac-Man?
today that you had a Pac-Man arcade in your house.
That was a joke.
Oh.
Wait, no.
No,
What?
The joke.
Oh, his joke.
That was a funny little joke.
You know, sometimes I don't know with you,
Got me
Scott.
interested for a
What do you
second.
mean you don't know with him? You knew he was joking. You could have gone along with the bit. You've seen that he has a Pac-Man arcade in his house. So when he says Pac-Man, he's fucking with this guy, and you could have joined in on the joke, but you ruined it. You fucking... Gamers, when I said the whole podcast is Wood failing to do a bit, the whole podcast is Wood failing to do a bit. Now, in all fairness, if I'm going to be fair, there were some decent bits in this podcast. I think the one of the segments we're going to skip, because there's another new news to talk about, is the bold segment. I think there's a segment where Scott references r/bold, the bold subreddit, and I think they actually have a decently fun conversation during that bit. There's another segment called the P-Dreams segment, which I also think is decently fun. So the whole podcast isn't unsalvageable. I just want to be very, very, very clear. But there are numerous moments where Wood just cannot keep the momentum and flow going. Honestly, Sonic fans' worst nightmare. So, and of course, not to be outdone, Wood also asks a question so unbelievable that even Scott is like, "What the fuck are we doing right now?"
Idea they took Peach and I know it was very kiddie. Do you think that's something that Nintendo needs to do more of now, like experimenting with?
No, I think they experiment plenty. I think people, people just move on so quick. Look at Donkey Kong Bonanza. Isn't that game?
That's
that whole
true.
damn game is experimenting with something.
That is
new.
true.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know.
That game. Did you like that game?
Did you like Donkey Kong Bonanza? Look at Scott's face right now. Look at Scott. You mean the biggest game Nintendo's released in the last couple years? Did you like one of the most 9 out of 10 video games on planet Earth? Even Scott is like, what the fuck is this question?
What are we talking about? It's just like, yeah, I like Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very blatant what Wood tries to do here, gamers. It's very blatant what he tries to do, but I'll put that in your head. I'll save it for later, gamers. Actually, no, I'll save it for right now. My note says save it right now. Now, if you're wondering, why would he ask such a dumb question? I mean, it's fair to ask, but yeah, come on. Hang on. Ooh, hang on. It's really funny you say that. It's really funny, actually, Moon Ghost Doodles, you say that. Now, if you ask Scott that, I'd be like, do you know what, fair? But we know what George Wood is trying to do. You guys, okay, I mean, it's a fair question. Hang on, so we have the intro. We have the intro, gamers. We have the intro of a podcast, right? This is the intro segment. You can see that there. What do you think the next segment is after intro? Any guesses? Because I skipped that segment. I deliberately skipped that segment because I knew some of you guys would be like, that's a normal question to ask, Moresty. Let's find out what the next segment is together.
Did you read this?
What? No. I've seen it pop up.
All right, I can tell you
every now and then.
Can we show this?
I was talking about the dead birds.
So right after the intro, we get into, hey Scott, do you remember this clip from last time? It got 1 million views. So it's very obvious, if you're asking me, he only asked that question to try and clip farm, to try and get another clip going. Because you know, if Scott the Woz says DK Bonanza's bad, oh, that's a clip. That's a cool cartoon clip right there. In the same way, this was a cool and I just can't think of anything more ghost, by the way. They spent not 2 minutes, but they spent like a collective minute showing this, by the way. They spent a collective minute going, hey, remember this clip? I'll play it. Actually, forget me. I'll play it. Hang on, my bad, I muted it. But I'll play it. Imagine inviting someone to your podcast and go, hey, do you remember this clip last time? It got 1 million views, by the way. I'm not joking neither.
This has I think it was over 1 million.
I'm cool with birds, but
yeah, no.
I don't know.
I can tell the story again.
And then even Scott is like, I can tell the story again. Why are we watching my clip back? I can just tell the story again if you want. But it's like, no, yes, we need I'm friends with Scott the Woz, yes.
And when you have a house,
I'm glad that Penn Doodle said it. Celebrity type interview, because that's what this all comes. This is what this comes across as, right? If you guys have ever seen celebrities doing a press tour, they normally are a bit like how George Wood is, in that they're very hands off. They're very they like to placate the guy. That's what this comes across as. Remember this last time? What a cool little clip we had, right?
I love this clip. I bring it up every now and then.
Yeah.
It's funny because if you go and watch it, we don't have to watch it right unless you want to watch it. I mean, it's a minute long. You were talking about
unless you want to watch it. Unless you want to watch unless you want to watch a viral clip. I mean, I don't know. Do you want to?
Scraping dead birds off your driveway.
I don't want to scrape dead birds off my driveway, but you gotta do it sometimes. That's the beautiful thing about being a homeowner.
Yeah, that's what you said last time.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, if you read the comments on this, almost every comment is like, why would that dude not let Scott...
The people online? Yeah, because we love it when we do a people online, right, gamers? That's good content, right, chat? That's good content. That's good content. That's good content. That's good content, right, chat? That's good content.
Speak. Why will he not let his guests speak?
I don't really think you were interrupting me much.
I wasn't, but also
and then again, to be fair, what was I really saying? That was not worth interrupting.
But also, the funny thing was we weren't live yet. This was actually... you were just rambling before we went live. This is just what you were rambling about, and we turned it into a TikTok. So I didn't...
Crazy work. So, while asking him, did you like Bonanza? That isn't a terrible question to ask. But even Scott was like, what is going on here? Because it's very obvious he's trying to clip farm. Right, let's get to the next clip. I actually didn't title this clip anything. Hang on. Let's see if I can remind myself what it was.
Nothing ever happened.
Nothing ever happened. Scott, he's one of our always bet on nothing gamers. Always bet on nothing. Yes! I love it. I love it when Scott says that. Nothing ever happens, gamers.
Last week we were like, nothing's...
Stuff happens for Zelda's anniversary, but it doesn't happen in February. That's when the anniversary is, but they wait.
That's why
Nintendo... But they could have at least tweeted or something. They could have said... They're not gonna... Even the Nintendo app didn't have anything.
They're gonna wait until...
One second. Let me quickly check. Have I got the right clip? Did I mess up? 3650? Did I do the wrong clip? I think I did the wrong clip.
Something I didn't mention last time we talked about this, but I think we had a little bit of a taste of what a next Mario game would look like when we played Bowser's Fury. Did you like Bowser's Fury?
Oh my god, he did it again, gamers! He done it again! He done it again! And what does Scott do again?
Yes. Okay, well, I'm just... I know the answer is probably yes.
you like
I guess
a good game?
I guess I was more asking, did you play Bowser's Fury?
Yes.
Okay.
For like an hour, or did you play the whole thing? The whole thing.
right?
You can beat the game in an hour.
I don't know, Scott.
I'm a Nintendo fan. I don't play Fire Emblem.
I don't know what you
play
played,
Mario.
okay?
I only
Finally,
care about
finally.
Mario.
What's
I
your
only-
favorite Switch game?
Oh, Clubhouse games.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
so I never know what you actually like, because your favorite
What's wrong with that? Hang on.
game is Clubhouse Games 51, and it throws me.
What's wrong with that? That's a perfectly fine game to have as your... What? Put this man in a cage. What do you mean? Just because they bing bing woohoo, yeah? In all fairness, it is a bit weird that's your favourite, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know, man.
Nothing ever happens.
Let's go to this, huh?
Well, we said that
Well,
last
yeah,
week. We
yeah.
were like,
We-
nothing's
we
perfect.
were- we were
Stuff
getting what
happens
we
for
want to
Zelda's
happen.
anniversary, but it doesn't happen in February. Like, that's when the anniversary is, but they wait.
That's why
Nintendo, but they could have at least tweeted or something. They
So
could
what is
have
like? Hang on, they got a tweet about Zelda's anniversary. Why are they being so quiet? What's happening?
said they
Well, they're
even
not
like
gonna- they're not
Scott's
gonna.
like-
even the Nintendo app didn't have anything.
They're gonna wait until June.
June to
June's the lucky
celebrate.
month.
They're so late.
They did that in E3 2021.
Ooh, cooked.
Zelda anniversary stuff in
Yeah,
June.
they announced the Zelda Game & Watch, and they said
That was in June.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh.
yeah, and they said
All that energy, eh, Mr. Woods? Couldn't deal with the mind of the gives up. Folds game is cooked with facts and logic. You can't beat the Woz. You count out Foz the Woz, baby. You count out Foz the Woz. That's not like it. Okay. Can't get him.
You should have a
Sword is
Nintendo
coming
podcast.
out. I already talked about this.
That's putting it lightly too.
I don't
but-
need to have a podcast. I already do it enough, you know? I babble on about this stuff. Whatever.
Scott,
I
what-
babble on in the car with you about it.
I know, and I said the whole time, "Shut up," because we're gonna ruin everything.
He didn't say shut up. You were very nice.
I was very
You were like, I'll listen.
That was very nice.
I did. What do you want to talk about?
Okay, so again, and then of course, don't you love it when your host goes, "What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about?" I don't know, bro. Fucking no. Granted, I want to be fair to Wood. I think Scott is being a little bit difficult. I think he's being a little bit difficult in this podcast. I think he's definitely turned his snark levels up, maybe a bit higher than he should have. Do you know what I mean? He definitely should have. But if you're asking me personally, I'm sticking it more on the host because you're the host. You invited it. They're the guest. They're not supposed to worry about it. It's like asking a guest, like, "Oh, go make your own dinner." It's like, I mean, what do you mean? You're supposed to you're the guest. Do you know what I mean? Like you're supposed to chill, and the host is supposed to sweat. That's why you're a host, right? So while admittedly Scott is being he's definitely being a bit much. I think Scott is definitely laying on a bit thick. We're just giving up and saying, what do you want to talk about? It's like you invited him. Like what do you mean?
I had 3 coffees today.
And then Scott, he done this before with the bulge segment, by the way. But Scott's just let's just go somewhere random.
You almost had 4 because we went to 2 coffee shops together, and I told you to get a decaf. And you got
And I got a water
You
instead.
did get a
Nice.
Yeah.
water. The first coffee shop was better. You didn't miss anything.
Okay. It is what it is. You guys,
And then obviously Scott's like, you know what, these guys want to talk about coffee with me. Let's talk about these guys with coffee, huh?
you're not a coffee guy,
I'm not a coffee guy. No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
but you'll mess around with energy drinks because Sully brings in the
Yeah,
energy
Sully.
drinks.
Just once a week. But I'm
Yeah,
a
so is
coffee
my
guy
guy.
too. I just didn't have my coffee today.
What's your go-to for
Would you
coffee?
want to jump in?
So I have a Breville machine
Okay,
at home.
no, Scott's talking.
shoot.
Okay,
Yeah,
Sally's
it's
gone. Okay,
like
neat.
a nice machine. I just grind my
cool.
beans. Usually get them from Costco.
I usually just
Okay.
make a
Medium
sachet
roast.
personally. That's what I do. I get the instant coffee.
I upgraded
That's
from a
okay.
Keurig.
Would you want to participate in this conversation? Would you want to participate? Would you want to? Okay, sure. We can. Okay, sure.
To an espresso.
Oh,
Okay,
nice. That's always the first
espresso?
upgrade from
Yeah.
I've never had a coffee machine. You think is it worth getting a coffee machine? Sully, Scott, Cyanide, is it worth it by any chance? Actually,
Keurig.
chat, what about you guys? I'm more of a tea guy. I like Earl Grey personally.
I did the same thing. Went from Keurig to Nespresso.
Keurig
Is that like the jump?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're still using-
on his phone. On his phone, by the way. On his phone. Cool. Okay.
Pods
okay.
with an espresso
Neat,
too,
okay.
right?
I am, but you know,
Now gamers. What you're about to see, if you're asking me personally, is unbelievable. Right now, guys, remember, whose podcast is this? Whose podcast is his podcast? This is George Wood, BeatEmUps' podcast. At the moment, George Wood has identified, okay, this is getting into coffee chat. I personally don't want this as a non-Nintendo podcast. We haven't really talked much about Nintendo. Let's steer it back to Nintendo. Do you join in with the coffee chat and segue it to Nintendo? Do you maybe just even hard cut everyone's mics? You could even just do that. There are so many methods you could do to bring the podcast back on track. Now, which route does Wood take?
Pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, you're still using the pods with an espresso too, right?
I am, but
simple,
you know,
yeah.
I do think.
Here's a text from RGT85.
All right.
The mic.
Told me to get closer to the mic. Whatever. All right. Yeah. But yeah. It's
And
good.
then they still keep talking about coffee anyway.
Yeah.
I do that every morning, and I get I put.
You could just you could just tell. I've not done a lot of face analysis because I think it's a bit gauche. But this is the look of someone who definitely looks like he's like 100%. I know pausing, like you sometimes find a bad frame, but look.
I switched over to.
That is the look of. I want to move on. But it's your podcast. Move it along. You are the host. It's your house. You get to make the sandwich. If Scott is really being that, like, obtrusive, be like, hey, all this coffee chat. I didn't know this was the Coffee Tendo podcast. Anyway, Nintendo Direct soon. Literally, it's your podcast.
Sugar creamer.
Nice.
Okay.
Because the sugar was making me. I'm getting older, so
Yeah.
I'm definitely feeling kind of like
And then again, I don't know if you guys hang on.
some elements. Sorry. Of no, it's
Sorry.
okay.
Oh,
You continue,
You
please.
should try honey with your.
continue, please.
Hey, I'm a fucking word within that rat!
Yeah. So we're doing that teenage girl passive aggression, yeah? As a grown man, yeah? Yeah? On your podcast. Yeah, got it. And the worst part is, hang on, he literally asked Scott, I don't know if you guys know, but this conversation started because Mr. Wood said, what do you want to talk about, Scott? And he said, I had 3 coffees today. And now we're in coffee chat. This is the conversation that Scott wanted to have, your guest.
Your coffee. It's really good.
Oh, really?
It is actually. I like to get it in an iced latte. Get a little bit of
Oh, so
honey
he
whipped
joins in.
there.
He
Yeah,
joins
that's
in.
okay.
Okay.
Honey is a good. I hear honey is good for you.
It's good for your
It's
throat,
really good.
especially if you're talking a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Gamers, I want you to know when I was clipping this, my mouth was like on the floor when I heard that. I want to be so honest. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. I'm gonna be genuinely in shock. Listen to it one more time, gamers.
It's good for your
It's
throat,
really good.
especially if you're talking a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah? That's how you bring the podcast back on side, yeah? Awkward. That's what very, very, very awkward.
I'm just saying.
Subtle.
I'm just saying, yeah, of course, yeah, we're just saying.
God, are you sick of talking about Nintendo? Like,
And then he sticks it on him again. Like, what do you mean? Bro, just talk about something. Just talk about... Anyway, let's continue.
in general, like in your life, in your career.
No, I kind of just want to make sure that I'm not really like saying the same things over and over and over.
That makes
again.
sense.
That's
Well,
kind of my stance.
Is there
Like,
something
that's at least like kind of the direction I want to go forward. Is like I'm like I've talked about a lot of this over and over and over again, so I just want to
Okay,
approach things in a different light.
What kind of
potentially.
stuff have you not had a chance to talk about yet?
I don't know. Ask me a question.
Well, I've been asking you questions, and I can't tell if you like them.
What do you mean you can't? You're friends, aren't you? What do you mean? Aren't you boy? Aren't you chill? Like, he flew all the way out here to hang out with you. What do you mean you can't tell if he likes it? You can't tell if your friend Scott the Woz is being a bit of a sarky little goober, sarky little gremlin. You can't tell? Are we serious right now? And I know you guys are like, Musty, why do you keep insisting they're friends? That's because Scott told me they're friends. That's why. So these guys are chill. These guys are cool. Now, granted, I do think Scott is still laying on a bit thick. I think at this point, Scott should have known that he's obviously not bouncing back with this banter he's doing, and he should tone it back a bit. But again, I'm sticking it more on the host because it's your job to keep things on track. If things aren't on track, I'm blaming the host like 90% of the time.
No. I mean, like, listen, like usually in these kind of things when I'm unscripted, I do.
And then Scott even also explains it to him as well, as if he doesn't already know this.
Like to get a little bit of a tood. For the character
I've
element
loved
of it.
everything that's happened so far.
Okay, I just want to make sure you know that I'm not actually annoyed at anything.
It's nice when we have to clarify, right, guys? Oh, I'm joking, brother. I'm joking. It's always good. It's always good content.
So
there was a time I went to the Switch 2 launch
and then okay, so we get back on track. So Scott now tells a story to keep things going again, right? Now listen to the story, games. Listen to the story.
New York, and there was a guy that it was a similar thing. It was like the same bit here where he had like a Cappy hat from Mario Odyssey, and he wanted to do like something of like where he'd throw the hat at me and I'd catch it, and he was like, okay, so I got Cappy, you know Mario Odyssey, right? And I went, no, I don't. And then
I can't imagine you doing that to someone.
I did, and then he like threw it at me, and I didn't catch it. I was like, oh man, you threw that right on my face, and he was like, I am so sorry. And he like put his head down, he walked away, and I had to tell him, I'm like, dude, I'm just messing with him. I'm being sarcastic. Like, it's totally fine. Don't worry.
So obviously Scott now is saying, that was a funny story, right? I thought that was kind of funny, right? Scott, do you know Mario Odyssey? No, I don't know Mario Odyssey. Like, I thought that was a decent story at the expense of him, right? Like, he's obviously trying to like have a bit of fun, right? That's a decent story. I wonder what George says next. I wonder what George says next.
So I do want to make sure.
You do great with the fans. Every too many games here, that your line is. Do they cut your line at some point?
So of course, Woods, being uncomfortable with the idea that Scott would self-deprecate, immediately starts glucking, immediately starts doing backflips on it, immediately, because the idea of Scott being a bit of a rapscallion is so lost to this man. He has to no, but Scott's good, right? Scott's good. Now you're probably thinking, does it carry? No, hang on. It keeps going.
Keep it going.
It keeps going.
That was a slight issue I've had throughout the years of like, they didn't really have enough people.
You know
there
that story that Scott told to be a little humble. You know, to kind of like, you know, make fun of himself a little.
Like, kind of like manage the line.
Yeah.
So, and like they took care of it now. Now that we're going this year, but yeah, it was always kind of like it was a slightly unkept line, and you know, people kept on coming in, and
I am going to 2x speed this.
There's a lot of people that were like repeat visitors that keep on like coming back and stuff.
But you do great with them. Like, you spend like 10 minutes with like every single person that comes up to see you. You really make them feel seen.
I like talking to people. I want to make sure that if you're going to wait in line, I want to give you at least like kind of a conversation. At least.
You do.
Like at least like a 30-second conversation at the very least.
I mean, I've been to a bunch of cons, and I don't think I've seen anybody approach their fans and their following the way that you do. Like, you give every person so much time and attention. Even
does he make them feel seen and heard? Wood, does he make them feel seen and heard?
Hey, when we went to the game store, you spent like 20 minutes talking to that guy.
It wasn't that long.
It was
again, Scott is desperately just trying to go, okay, like, it wasn't 20 minutes. Can we, like, please wrap it up? Scott is trying.
Wow, dude, I went in.
It was like
timer,
5 minutes.
It was a minute. And it was good. Like, you like had a conversation with this guy. You made him feel seen. Like, you would about his end.
Fuck it. You guys don't know how much I winced when I heard Wood say, but you made him feel seen. As if Scott is his holy brother. Scott is like default male number D, bro. The fuck you mean? You made him feel seen. He's literally fucking Miles McKenzie. You're fucking Miles McKenzie, broski. He's just a guy in Ohio, man. The backflips are unreal. He literally told us like a bit of a self-deprecating story to be a bit humble. And this is the fucking performance we're pulling, yeah? Jesus Christ on a bicycle. I can't believe this.
interest.
Well, we
you were
don't
talking
know that.
about
Maybe he was going like, God, this guy's an asshole.
well, this guy won't shut up. I'm trying to get away. No, you were talking to him about Madden. I had to go take a
Anyway, again, Scott trying to deflect again. Man, this guy must think I'm an arsehole.
toilet break because I just had to walk away for a second.
Yeah,
You're great at
I
that
mean,
stuff.
we're all people. I don't know.
It's just I don't know. It's how long is the longest you've been like in a meet and greet line?
It's still going, guys. I just want to get clear. It's still going.
Probably like 4 hours or so.
That's people don't realize how intense that is. No breaks, no toilet.
Probably signing
It's
the
so hard, right, guys? It's harder than your 9 to 5. It's so hard, guys. It's so hard talking to people that love your work and tell you that you're the best and it must be so hard. No, it must be so hard. No.
bunch of stuff.
And just talking to people
Yeah,
for 4 hours.
I felt bad. One guy came with like a stack
And
of...
then once again, gamers, Scott is going to tell a story to kind of be a bit self-deprecating.
real crappy Wii games, and he was like,
Must you made me feel really seen and heard during talk radio. I hope you ain't seen and heard now, bitch. Get out of here.
can you sign every single one of them? And I was like, I'm so sorry, we can do one. I think we did Space Chimps. So I was like, I'll do Space Chimps, but that's it. That's all I'm doing.
How often do you get recognized when you go out? Because I mean, it happens.
And that's the end of that game. Wasn't that great content, gamers? Wasn't that great content to be reminded that Scott the Woz is so much better than us plebeians? But don't you guys love it? Don't you guys love it when that happens? Right? When that happens during the podcast? Isn't that great? When I played with Nathaniel Bandy, wasn't it great when like for the 2 hours I played with him the Mario Kart, that I was just like, Bandy, you're like the best. You're like an ode. Wasn't that great? Wasn't that great content? No? What do you mean you guys know? That was great content, right? That was amazing. What are you talking about? Right. So let's go to the next clip.
That was pretty good. How
It's
about
also
you
how I
guys?
feel myself.
it feels like the pee really good.
So this segment, right? Scott does the classic thing again of derailing. Scott derails once again, and now we're talking about pee dreams. Now we're talking about pee dreams. That's what it's like. You know, like when you have a dream where like you've had a pin or a deep pee, and like, you know, when you have that moment where like you've been holding a pee for so long and it releases it and say, Scott decides to take it to a tangent, which these co-hosts are entertained because they know how to go with the flow. They know how to go with the flow.
Really
well,
good.
You know what? Like when you're on a road trip and you're going somewhere and like you finally pull off to a rest stop or get to your hotel.
Yep.
And you're like, finally. And
I still have I still have these questions for you, Scott.
When I got up,
Sorry. One more time.
Like finally.
I still have these questions for you, Scott.
when I got up,
Denied. Scott's like, nah, fuck this. I'm still talking about my pee dreams, motherfucker. Bare content.
genuinely felt like my legs didn't work.
And he looks at the camera as well.
When I got up, I genuinely felt like my
Can
legs
you believe what Scott's doing right now? No, get mocked. It's your own podcast, okay?
didn't work
Ooh.
because I had to pee so badly.
All three of them?
What? No.
So-
good. When I got up, I felt like
He tries again, and he gets denied again. He gets denied again, gamers. He gets denied twice. Twice, gamers.
what? No.
So-
good. When I got up, I felt like, oh wow, something is off.
And it was just that you really had to
I
pee.
really had to.
Really?
Pee.
Have you? So when I really have to pee, like really bad in the night,
So obviously, I think Wood makes like a good host. Decides to go with the flow, literally. And the conversation continues, right? They start getting into pee chat, all right?
I'll be like,
Wood actually gets involved in this.
Okay, just go back to sleep. It's
I give him credit. He actually tells a decently funny story as well. So credit to Wood here.
okay.
Yeah.
Then she'll pet. She does it every night,
That's
and then
interesting.
Every night?
yes,
Wow. Oh
and
my
then
gosh.
I'll write it down every time and tell her the next day. I'll be like, "You said this last night."
Yeah.
Wow. She hates it every time. I have questions for you. Are we done with the pee dreams?
I
up to
wanted to
you.
bring up one more thing.
Please do.
I really want to do the thing where I want to put my hand in a bowl.
3 times. Guys. It happens 3 times.
One more thing.
Questions for you. Are we done with the P dreams?
I
up to
want
you.
to bring up one more thing.
Please do.
I really want to do the thing where I want to put my hand in a bowl of water while I sleep.
Oh,
I
why?
wanna-
That will make you pee, apparently.
I want
That's
to.
like-
I want it to.
That's the classic schoolboy prank.
Yeah, but I want to. I want to
Experience it.
see it happen.
You could have told me. We could have done it now. You could have fell asleep.
No,
could
do I
have
have to be
taken a nap.
sleeping? Do I have to be
Well,
sleeping?
yeah, I think
Or could
it's
I
like,
just have my
you need to
hands
be-
in water for an extended period of
No,
time?
because you need to
I
be
think it
fully
needs to
relaxed.
be, yeah,
Your
like
body
a-
needs to be fully relaxed,
REM
and it's the
state.
sensation of the warm that makes it trigger.
So technically, if I have my hands in a bowl of water for like 5 hours and
Still
I'm
derailing,
hanging
Games.
out
We're
with
still
you guys,
derailing.
and
We're
then you
still in
just
piss
see me
chat.
piss myself, that's how you guys know. Like, damn, Scott's happy. Scott's so relaxed. Scott's
Wow.
so relaxed right now. He doesn't have a care in the world.
That's
can
amazing.
Pat? Can you get a warm bowl of water, please?
Thank you.
Warm bottle.
A warm.
And then also, just to jump ahead a little bit, they do in fact get that warm bottle of water, that warm bowl of water, gamers. They do in fact get it.
Waiting for one of you guys.
Just waiting.
This is great.
And
This
yes,
is
gamers,
crazy.
I like how
and yes,
Pat-
gamers, it's not a joke. Scott the Woz keeps his hand in warm water for the rest of the podcast. Just to keep the bit going, he just keeps doing it. He just does that for the rest of the podcast now.
Pat hung in the room to see if you were gonna pee.
Well,
This
you-
is
you
like
already
this
paid.
is like
That's true,
watching
that's
me
true.
do this and going like, this man's insane. Oh my god. That's like, you ever see the picture of like, it's like the girl or something and she has like a bag of chips on her head in the grocery store and
Oh,
she's
it's like-
doing this, and then like the caption is just like, oh my god, I love her, she's so crazy. LOL. Just like, oh my god, I saw Scott put his hand in warm water for an extended period of time. Oh my god. It was wild. Anyway, yeah.
All this to derail a podcast. The entire bit, gamers, to derail a podcast. All I'm saying, Scott, is if you try and derail like that in my fucking house, oh man, he's so crazy, gamers. He's so crazy. He's so crazy, gamers. So crazy indeed. Let's go to the next timestamp, shall we?
But you know what I don't like? Like people going like Mario Tennis. The Switch 2 needs something else right now.
Hey, Landon, you hear that? Hey! Landon, let's hear it again.
People going like Mario Tennis. The Switch 2 needs something else right now. The Switch 2 needs more, a bigger game. I'm just like, what? It's February.
True! Oh my god! I said the same thing. True! Landon! Even Mr. Wozniak said it! Of Wozniak News!
Yeah, it's been 8 months of the console's release.
I'm not
True.
defending like that. It's more so.
So yeah, the keeps going. I think we saw it from the YouTube short, but yeah. This is a Nintendo podcast? I didn't realize. No, it was Pisscast. It was the Nintendo Pisscast. That's what this was. And Scott was talking about piss dreams all day. I'll leave you guys. I think that's basically the end of the podcast, really. But I'll leave you guys with one more thing that Mr. Wood said.
Echoing the tail end of my video from yesterday, where I said, if you
Very productive.
I mean, this conversation is echoing the tail end of my video from yesterday, where I said, if you want to enjoy video games, you really just got to get off the internet at this point, because everyone's going to tell you how you should feel, like how angry you should be, or how you should feel.
That's dog shit advice, by the way. Don't listen to this man. What a horrible piece of advice. Are you joking me? Yeah, guys, in an internet age where the internet is more important than ever, I'm going to advise you to get off the internet. Why not just curate your algorithm so you're not seeing rage bait? Do you know the very thing I tell you guys to do? You know that? Instead, he says get off the internet in general. Are you high? Yeah, that's your advice. Just get off the internet.
About this thing, you just make your own mind up.
Yeah,
Well, no, I agree with make your own mind up, but like off the internet as a whole, are we kidding here?
Have your own opinion.
No, the internet's amazing. My Twitter feed's amazing. I love Twitter. Twitter's the best thing ever. I get nothing but funny haha XD memes, And that's because I get shit like this on my feed. My mom be saying anything, man. My mom be saying anything. My mom be saying fucking anything, broski. Come on. Like, are you telling me I can't go on Twitter anymore? You telling me I can't go on Twitter more because I miss memes like this? Are you telling me I'm gonna miss memes like this if I don't go on Twitter?
Of chocolate, but I can't eat it because then I'll get fat. But it's so good.
True. I love chocolate.
Opinions and I enjoy people watch me. I know you enjoy people watch you, but these are my opinions you're watching, and hopefully you get entertainment out of them. But they're not supposed to be your opinions, and you don't even have to like them.
Yeah, like but
horrible advice. Horrible advice. How about we jump to the end real quick and watch the finale, all right?
Someone in chat just keeps saying cheese, and I don't know why.
Oh, what's asking what's my favorite cheese?
That was such a whimsical pixie laugh you just did.
Did you know it was fake?
That was a fake. Wow.
It was very like. 'Cause I didn't think that was funny.
Oh,
I didn't think that.
And then Scott takes his hand out the war games. He's got pruny hands now. The liquid death is taking over his hands. Guys, why are we slamming cheese now? No,
it's killing his hand.
Could have drank that.
No, guys, my chat is cheese spamming. No.
All right, guys.
No.
Sorry, we have a gift.
Here's your winnings.
That's
so fun.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this week. VIPs, thank you so much for supporting this.
And there's the end, gamers. There's the end. What did we learn? We learned that at least in this one instance, holy fucking shit. What a crazy. Listen, I don't know if Wood is this bad a host in general, but in this case, terrible. This or critical errors, Donkey Kong is racist. I think I'd rather this. I'll take this. I think at least this was funnier to laugh at. What did the comments think though? What did the comments think? Let's briefly take a look at the comments though. A lot of them going, I love how Scott is just dreading to be here. Dreading. Oh no. I love this podcast, but the audio mix is kind of whack. It was a bit bad at the beginning, but they fixed it. Guys, where's the cheese chat? Where's the cheese chat? Hilarious. Sometimes Scott was very sarcastic when he talks. I'm just a straightforward person. It's funny how a lot of people don't know how to react to it, which in turn makes it awkward. He sounds a little peeved, so it seems like a lot of the comments are just like not getting it. They're like, what's happening to this? Scott has a little attitude, has he? But here's the thing, is that like, yeah, he had an attitude, but he was inviting you to like have an attitude back, but like, he just wasn't. And I think a lot of the comments, a good chunk of the comments were kind of like, yeah, oh my god, I can't believe Scott put hands in what, I can't take him anywhere. Can you explain why the fuck he did that? Oh, he's so crazy, right, chat? He's so crazy. Love him. Oh my god. He's so crazy. Oh my god. This opened my eyes to how much of a dork Scott is. Dork? Alright, Kevin. This is what opened your eyes? Fair enough. Love you, Scott. Hey, do you know what? Fair. He changed his mind. Fold under zero pressure, just like BeatEmUps. Why Scott looks pissed whenever he's asked if he likes the game. He's not pissed, just funny to ask a Nintendo fan if they like Donkey Kong Bonanza. Yeah, true. It kind of is. It kind of is just a little bit funny. It was a fun episode. Was it fun? Was it fun? It's kind of charming seeing Scott uses humor as his tsundere show. Oh, Scott, what a tsundere. What a tsundere game. He's just being such a tsundere. Oh my god, yes. Yes. Do you know Scott is playing Marvel Radiance? You gotta finish that game, boy. You gotta finish that game, okay? It's a good game. Two best creators in the same video. It's not me and Scott that was. It's not me and Scott that was. How the hell did you think it was Scott to appear in person? Yeah, they're friends. They're friends, as we said. I believe Scott can finish. I believe Scott can finish him. Finish Form of Radiance. You can finish Ashnard. That's what you can. That's for damn sure. Solid episode. But all the P talk, P content. These types complain about everything. This episode felt like a fever dream. So it seems to be like kind of mixed. He totally has the. It's a podcast. What do you mean Scott has the tism? It's a format where you talk. What do you mean? Jesus. Like if he has it, It's not because he talked on a podcast. Fucking hell. Alright, you know, fair, Scott. Hey, I haven't posted the bold subreddit. Wait, we got bolds. We got bolds in the chat. We got bolds, gamers. We got bolds. I appreciate the animation, so do I. Scott the Chud gamers.
Oh yeah, nothing
ever happens.
Yeah.
True. Very chudly of you, Scott the Woz. Very chudly. Very chudly of you. Hell yeah. Was it, is anything, is I feel dumb, was it? Fun show. Greatness. Sort the audio mix. Sort the audio mix, guys. Scott's fun. He is quite fun. Scott's probably my favorite creator. He's something a little passive aggressive, or like he really doesn't want to be there. I just don't fully understand his sense of humor. To be fair, it gets tired of talking about Den all the time. I think it was just made awkward because Wood just wouldn't riff off him. Now, granted, I do feel like Scott maybe should have dialed it back a bit when you realized it wasn't landing. But at the same time, like, Wood's complete inability to understand that you're joking is like, it's crazy. Wood just sure lost a look. Yeah, okay, if you guys didn't notice, by the way, whenever he looks up, he's looking at the monitor, if you guys are curious. I don't know if I can get a frame. Yeah, whenever he looks up, like, apparently, like, the OBS display is above, and I'm just like, if you're the host of a podcast where you have, like, other people around, I don't think you should be managing how the stream looks. You know? I don't think you should be doing that. Like, I do it because I'm a one-man show, but strange. Strange. Scott's boring with an attitude. Make it make sense. Oh! He's not bored. I miss the old Scott the Woz. Oh. I miss it when he was, Wozniak News. I miss it when Scott was Wozniak. Oh. I miss my bubbly. What was that his name? The old chap. I miss my bubbly. 357, or it was called. I miss Alpha Menora JavaScript. I usually watch Loving Scott's videos, but this party seems entitled and uninterested. It seemed really, I don't know, not super interesting, like you said. No, I think he was. I think there was multiple portions where he was. It's just, the chemistry was out of whack in a lot of places. That's what it was. That's what it was, if you ask me. Scott's a funny guy and all, but why isn't he letting his guests speak? he was stopping him quite a bit. I think I'll leave the comments there. I don't know as much. But yeah, either way, there was some going like, what the skip? And there was some going, I don't know about that. But either way, gamers, this is the part where Wood is looking at me right now, gamers. Wood is looking me directly in the eye. And this is the part where he says, Moresty, I'd like to see you do a better crack at it. And this is the part where I look at you guys and go, I am gonna have a crack at it. This Sunday, gamers. This isn't a joke. This isn't a meme. This Sunday, Scott the Woz will be on the Sir Moresty stream. He will be there, and we will be yapping about various unrelated topics. We will bring up nothing Nintendo related the whole time. We will talk about how many coffees we've had. We'll talk about all the piss conversations. We will talk about Margaret Thatcher. Will you guys be there? Coffee talk too. That's what we'll be, gamers. That's what we do. We'll have a whole half an hour dedicated to piss games. So yeah, I will do a better job than you, Woods. Although it's not really much of a competition. Way! And there you have it, gamers. There you have it. There's the drama situation. It was, in fact, pretty crazy, if you ask me. Pretty fucking crazy.